Ray Wheatley for Fight News. I'm here with two-time WBC light heavyweight champion, Jeff the Hitman Harding. How are you, Jeff?
G'day, Ray. G'day, Fight News.
Good on you, Jeff. Jeff, going back to the night you won the world light heavyweight title, that was June the 24th, 1989 in Atlantic City, and you battled Dennis Andres for the championship. Can you tell me about that fight and the lead up to that fight?
Well, normal day, leave work, go to Newtown, PCYC then. Walked in the gym, was told that a fighter by the name of Don Lalonde from Canada had pulled out of the initial fight that was going to happen between Andres and Lalonde. And the television was sold, evidently, and Australia was the flavour of America at that time because the movie Crocodile Dundee was a box office hit.
With Paul Hogan.
That's right. And business is business, whether it's boxing or anything. So a quick thought, and Bob Arum thought, well, we'll come up with an Australian, we'll go with the flavour of the movie. They got the real one here. You may as well say. Well, you know, I thought, well, no one gave me a chance.
You're always confident.
I took the opportunity because I wanted.
You won the championship.
Wanted it. Yeah. I used to go and get flogged and get left out because I knew what was going on there. And my book will tell what and how and why. And
you had only had 15 fights at that time?
It was actually 15 fights going into that.
That was your 15th fight.
And to comply for a WBC
title fight,
you had to have 15.
So
was the well, I think they wangled it because of the.
So you'd only had 14.
Well, yeah, the promoter was my promoter at that time was Morty, promoter Bob Arum. Obviously rang Majeski, the New York agent for Morty, and Majeski was like a son to Jose Suleiman, the ex-president of the WBC.
Don Majeski.
So I think they did, but they don't do that, do they? They don't do things like that.
Bend the rules, eh?
Yeah.
And made a tremendous effort. Andres had given you some tough rounds, mate, some really tough rounds. The scores at the conclusion were in Andres' favour, 107, 105, 104 to 103, so one judge only had a point in it, and 106 to 103. But you came out in that 12th round and stopped him in a classic bout. And that's certainly one of the great fights in Australian boxing history. You'll never forget that one. Now, your first defence was on October the 24th, 1989, when you fought another Englishman, Tom the Bomb Collins. Can you take me back to that fight? That was in Brisbane, is that correct?
That's right, yeah. That was a shady preparation for that. We stopped Collins. He hit me with the right hand. The world did a complete somersault.
Is he the hardest puncher you've been in with?
Yeah, for sure.
That was the hardest shot you've been in with?
I've been hit hard, but when things that happen to a human being, I'm speaking from my own experience, things in your head happen that never happened before. Yeah. And I've never had that feeling.
Were you out on your feet? You attacked him straight away.
Of course. It's an instinct thing, isn't it? Yeah. The best form of defence is attacking. Like, that was I was in instinct mode. So, boom, and then I sat him on his butt.
That's right.
What Majeski said was possibly, no, it wasn't possible, it was just spot on. Harding just ripped his heart out and kicked it through the ropes because he shit himself. He wouldn't come out. No. He wouldn't come out. That's why I didn't care because, holy moly.
It was for 2 rounds, mate. It was plenty of action for 2 rounds, Jeff.
You never seen a dull Jeff Harding fight.
No. In your third title fight, it was March the 18th, 1990. You went in against Nestor Giovannini, who had given you a pretty good fight sometime previously and who went the distance in Newcastle. Right. And this fight against Nestor Giovannini, the rematch was in Atlantic City. Tell me about that fight.
Yeah, well, that was me at my best at that time. You
really felt at your best.
Well, see, Newcastle, my autobiography will explain what happened there. You can't. I was just blessed that I thought it would be a draw, and I even indicated that after I'd watched the fight. That was the first thing that I said. I just went, to be fair, I thought it would be a draw. So they gave me the decision. It was close, but once I watched it, I won the fight, but it was just, I was sluggish and couldn't
You weighed
get
yourself.
out. I couldn't get out of first gear, and because I was crook.
Yeah. But in the rematch, you put it all together, mate, and you dominated Giovannini.
Yeah,
he was a clever fighter.
Yeah, different trainer, and it was just more. I was more complete as a fighter once I went with Manny Hinton. I was not getting hit, and there was things that I was doing that I wasn't doing before.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
The change is always as good as a holiday.
Yeah, well, it proved correct at that time. Jeff, and in the rematch with Dennis Andres, July 28th, 1990.
Well, yeah.
Dennis, now, you had trouble with your weight, right?
You never change a winning formula.
Yeah.
Okay, now I did. I'll have to leave that
to the book.
To the book, and hey, it speaks for itself because I am the only Australian in boxing history still to regain a boxing world title overseas out of all weight categories since colony.
That's true.
In Australian professional boxing.
Australian
that makes
boxing
me a legend, Ray Wheatley.
So that was he stopped you on 7 rounds, but then you had a series of non-title of bouts.
That's right.
And then on September the 11th, 1991, in England, you got the rubber match against Andres.
That's right. That was the hardest out of the 3 Andres.
That's the hardest out of the trilogy of fights?
Yeah. It was the hardest, but British Fight of the Year. I got an award for the best overseas boxer. And with that, what I've just indicated, and I'll say it again, I'm still the first Australian.
2-time WBC world champ.
Ever the first Australian.
That record's going to hold.
Who will know, even if someone does it again, I did it first.
That's it. You've always got that.
Yeah. So, the fight was just more of a relief and catch-up.
Yeah. Did you feel the fight was close? Did you feel it was close, that fight?
Yeah. Yeah, Denny...
But you thought you edged him?
Denny Mancini said... I was like... excuse the expression, I was rooted. And I was like... And Danny said,
exhausted.
You won the fight. So that's when I started jumping around.
Yeah. Is that before the decision was announced? Mancini realised you took it, you won it?
That's Danny was in the corner with us. Yeah.
That's great. So then you trot off to France on June the 5th, 1992 to fight Christophe Tiozzo.
Yeah, 75 million saw me knock the Frenchman out.
And he was a pretty classy boxer, Christophe Tiozzo.
Yeah.
Tell me about that fight, Jeff.
Well, the first time we went, I'll give you a summary because most of it will be in the book.
Yeah.
The first time we went, something happened. They sent us home. Then when we went back again, they started trying to wangle us around, put us here, put us there, until my mannerism come out. And so we finally got it sort of leveled, and hey, that was my best preparation. Just
everything went right.
For instance, I used to do 400 metre sprints, right? I'd do 12 in a row with a minute break. I averaged 75 seconds. I averaged 64 over 12. That was the best I've ever done. It was on a Olympic running track, I suppose, but still in Sanchez. And I'm not a runner. And I had the Salon running club that they weren't sprinters or nothing like that. They were sort of like marathoners. And they used to come and train with me every morning. I could be out, I'd be in this chateau, this domain, to Rockaroos. It was like little cabins around this place. And I'd come out and have a stretch, and then all these big frogs would be French, running up and down, getting ready for me to go run. And seriously, we go run and do the run what we mapped out. There's a bloke in the car, right? When they get tired, want to jump into the car, and another want to jump out and keep running with me.
So, mate, they get you in great shape.
Yeah, they looked as well.
But that was a classic punch that you knocked him out with, a left hook.
Custom left hook.
Copybook.
Yeah.
Great shot, Jeff.
Yeah, they were juiced up for sure.
And France wanted to see
the other one.
Yeah. France were keen to see you back there in action against the American David Vetter, who was also that was another rematch. You fought him originally in Sydney.
I beat him better in the Horden.
Yeah.
And obviously done his homework and he improved as a fighter.
He improved a bit, David.
They did some funny things to me in France, which will be in the book.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sort of jump here, but I'll let you go because you're going to ask me and I'm going to tell you anyway.
Okay. Now, in your final bout was against boxing great Mike McCallum, Mike the body snatcher McCallum. You pushed him all the way, 12-round decision. The fight went to the wire. One judge had it 115, 114, just a point in it.
Yeah.
McCallum got the nod on.
He got the decision because.
So tell me about that fight.
Mike's a great fighter, and as any boxing buff would know, a great champion. One of the greats that really did the recognition that Hagler, Duran, and Leonard got. You know, you may as well say that he was the same.
Yeah, he's in the same class.
Olympic gold medalist for Jamaica. What year was that?
Yeah, that's
70 something.
Yeah, the late 70s.
Anyway, so Vetter was 17 months, and I went to the States, got cut, and so we had to come home. So by the time I got in the ring with Mike, and plus he got my rabbit, so to speak, in Yonka.
Yeah,
he was tailor-made for me.
Yeah.
He come to the weigh-in and there was this...
You were supposed to fight him.
It was like a disco. What's that?
That was supposed to be a non-title fight you're supposed to have.
That was he was the
lead-up.
Interim.
Oh, an interim fight, yeah.
The WBC made me fight the...
Yeah, mandatory.
I think so.
Yeah.
No, not a mandatory. I'm not really in with the ring. I always just skip
That's
the
all
gloves
right,
on
mate. So,
anyway, McCallum wasn't really in training. When I say that, he was sitting on the fence watching who was going to fight out of Yonka and me, and he got Yonka to have a, you may as well say, to get fighting fit for the night. I didn't get anything because I got cut. Sparring's not the same. No way. You know, in order to fight, you got to have a fight.
The actual ring action.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have that. The eye of the tiger, so to speak.
Did McCallum, so he gave us some tough rounds. Did he hurt you at any time?
No.
Oh, really?
Didn't hurt me.
No body shots?
No.
So you're in pretty good physical shape.
I was fit.
Yeah.
Always fit, yeah.
But
listen, he was shooting him with the body. He's the body snatcher.
Yeah. Well, he was a great puncher.
And let's face it, I was prepared for that. So, my abs. The hardest bloke that ever hit me in the guts was an amateur, Damien Scaro, who was the world champion in Yugoslavia then.
You knocked him out.
He was a southpaw, second round. Pump. I was sparring with former middleweight when I was amateur, before I went to the Commonwealth Games, former Australian middleweight champ Emmanuel Lottie in Reg Layton's gym when I went up to when Jeff fought. Jeff fought a bloke called Farrell.
Yeah, the English.
I went training there because of this team coming out. Well, we didn't know. Well, they probably Lewis and Flanagan, or they probably did. They didn't tell me. He was the world champ.
Yeah. He was a class act.
Star was born 2 rounds. He hit me in the balls, man, and took the cup off.
Yeah.
Had a dent in it.
Yeah.
Lucky I've got a small cup.
Come on, Jeff. Okay, Jeff. Well, your record 23-2 with 17 KOs, mate. Brought down the curtain on a great career, mate. Congratulations, Jeff. And we'll talk again soon.
Thank you, Fight News, and make sure you buy that book.
Good on you, Jeff.